table full of melanite. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. It's real tough. Yeah. Speaking on the times, cause my people need to see. Third eye blind, no, they lying through their teeth. They tryna loop the time, tryna keep us in a sleep. But you know we gotta rise like the steam in the heat. Quantum physics to a beat, how time zones lead. It matter just the data that your brain gon' see. Alchemy, you master all that photon light. Avatar the body, just the temple, do you see? The deity surround me, I feel the peace. Breathe deep, I push chi like Bruce Lee. Yo, it's Dragon Ball Z, I'm Super Saiyan 3. And we finna walk them down, any town, any street. New world on horizon, I can see the silver lining. Cause the sun gon' shine, then we all keep shining. Mighty lion can heal the pain, you know his name. But they stand on the same old thing. They playing, well let's talk about it. Round table full of melanite. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. Deity, being me, you gon' see it's right. My people so divine, know it's our time. Let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
I don't wanna hear that he say, that she say. You're listening to parasites on replay. They tap into my phone to listen like we on three-way. It's tap into your aura, feel the energy like heat waves. Let's talk about it. Who you praying to? When you start to lose your mind, who is saving you? If you're moving through the time, what's the energy that's moving you? I wanna have the conversation. We always dropping gems back and forth, like great debating. We making our own way, our own land, our own pavement. Just suiting up the spaceship. I like to wake up with the sun. Say my daily mantra, speaking crypto, speaking tongues. Tell them what I'm after, we the one and get it done. I feel my enemies around me. 7 deadly sins, they tryna trap and keep me bounded. I'm not staying around, I get my people, then I'm outie. Yeah.
Round table full of melanite. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. Deity, being me, you gon'.
Greetings, and welcome to another episode of Let's Have the Conversation. My panel is looking beautiful as always. Hey, y'all. Hey. Greetings to the committee. We've missed you since last week. Know that we have a great show in store for you this evening. That we do and period. So what we're gonna do is we gonna get this thing started, y'all. We gonna give it right on over to Chaz. Chaz, come on, take it away.
Greetings, everyone. So apparently, Trust and White is on TikTok rambling about Finesse 2 times. I believe he's a Memphis rapper, and he's basically got this young Melanite with him, smoking, drinking, playing, shooting dice and all type of stuff. And not sure, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's consensual or not, but I'm pretty sure it's not consensual as far as the parent, like where the parent is at in the situation. But so far it looks like that's not what it is. So basically I feel like he's soliciting the little boy around. But I'm gonna let you guys hear it. I have a video for it. Let's get to it.
Hey y'all, trying to hydrate my hair.
They might have took the video down. They might have took the video down. Let me see. Okay, here we go.
Last night, I stayed up all night looking and researching. I called for help.
I gotta get it together. Let me get it together. Androids, my bad, y'all.
Somebody sent me a video of this kid last night. I stayed up all night looking and researching, trying to figure out something about this kid. And it's very disturbing. It's very disturbing. I pray they locate this baby quickly and swiftly so these niggas can go back to being street niggas and rappers and leave the babies out of it. Since y'all say I should leave the babies out of it, you got the baby in it, nigga. And you want to parade this baby around and think we can't speak on it? I can't say nothing about the baby's behavior. And this is some of the most foul, disgusting behavior that any kid can display on any stage, and you said I can't, nigga, I'm willing to die behind this shit. Jay Prince done gave you more money than you done never had in your life, and that's the most you go ever get, nigga, because Jay Prince don't pay. Everybody know that. Everybody know Prince don't pay, nigga. You with the Prince family. Everybody know you getting fucked. Take your fucking nigga, but let the baby go. Because them niggas is nobody in the house with sunglasses on. Man, you niggas looking like dope fiend. Nigga, I'm a youth advocate. And I told y'all the other day, it sounded like I was playing and joking. And I want to see how y'all was going to respond. And y'all let a kid, my nigga. Y'all let a fucking kid get on her. Even if the adult is wrong. This is what I tell my son. You don't say nothing to the wrong person, nigga. You a kid. You call me. And you let me address the adult, but you don't say nothing. You a kid, son. So you stay in the kid's place. You niggas is poison. I pray to God right now, Father God, in the name of Jesus, that they shall reap.
Girl, no.
Into the innocence of that child. May everything they touch be cursed, so they make right what they wronged in that baby. Everything that baby done heard, Father God, that wasn't righteous.
Oh my God.
Everything that baby seen that wasn't righteous. Everything that baby spoke that wasn't righteous shall lay at the feet of these men. And
now he's a preacher?
Will be
Apparently.
Until they right they wrong. They go for the gangbangers. They go you finesse 2 times. You still want to keep pimping, nigga. You ain't pimping, you rapping. Because if you want, you going to the feds for sex trafficking. Because if you crossing lines with them girls, you crossing lines with a kid, ain't you? Come on, nigga, let's play. Let's play, gangsters. Let's play, gangsters. This is what I specialize in. Fucking with you gangsters. I'm at my best, nigga, when I'm fucking with these gangsters. These tough-ass street niggas that's saying what they gonna do to me, nigga, and ain't nothing been done yet. Look what I got on, nigga. I know what y'all scared of. I know what you niggas scared of. Yeah. Say, King, you gonna thank me later, little homie. I just want to let you know, my nigga, no child is born bad. One day you gonna see this video, King. One day you gonna see this video, King. This is what I want you to know, my nigga. They gonna ruin you. They gonna ruin you. My spirit. This is the convictions of a man that's watching a kid be sent to a one-way trip to prison with no return.
Okay. Can we stop it?
They sowing to this baby.
Okay, so that's thoughts on that. As well.
I have a thought. Silk Press Boss, cousin, you make me want to comb out my locks tonight. That fro is everything. Okay, that's my only thought in regards to what he said. Love y'all.
So we went to Charleston White Missionary Baptist Church.
Right. I just look at me and need attention. That's kind of what I feel a lot of times. I mean, what he's talking about, he's right, but I don't feel like it's genuine.
He had to add it.
Okay, there was another video that I heard the other day on over on the speaker box, and it's of the little boy King threatening Charleston White. He told him he was gonna scratch him out, or some shit. He said he said, and that's on Charleston White's mama, what he was gonna do to him. Yeah. I got so many issues with this shit. First of all, like I said the other day, Finesse 2 times is pimping his baby. There's so many other little boys. Finesse tried to say, oh, I took him out of the hood. At least he's out of the hood. I saw myself in him and just knew that I needed to help him. There are plenty of children. Hold on, we only see half your face, baby. Let me take that off. There are plenty of children that are in need. Why isn't he giving to the Memphis community of children that may need some goddamn help? The mother made a video saying, I don't smoke crack. I don't even know why you would say that, Finesse. You need to holler at me. His father is not dead. He has a father. His father's name is Christopher something. I just feel like he is getting paid off this little boy. You're not teaching him shit. He's running around here like a heathen. Gotta say that. Charleston White, knock it the fuck off. I was turned off. Remember, I used to kind of like Charleston at first. I was turned off when I seen the video of him talking about how he raped women. Shut the fuck up. Knock it the fuck off. Stop trying to be this preacher that you are not. Now all of a sudden you're a preacher. You said a whole bunch of shit about men that were dead and their mothers and they should be. Hey, Natural E. And how they should be. Fuck that nigga. Fuck Finesse 2 times. And they both, that's the lesser of the two evils is what's happening.
Yeah. I agree. I absolutely agree. He's a whole mess. I mean, but you know what? When you think about it, his lifestyle and preaching, especially with the church today, it kind of goes hand in hand. I'm just saying, you know. Anywho, anybody else want to touch on this? Mhm. All right. Well, let's move this thing right on. Come on, Chaz. What's going on with the energy and the education system and whatnot?
Bear with me, y'all. I got my tablet with me. So basically, is that the Dr. Umar? I'm confused.
I believe so.
It is okay. So basically, Dr. Umar, he's going on here, basically rambling about how there's not enough, where there's too much feminine energy going on in the education system when it comes to Melanite young men, and there's not enough masculine energy going on. Basically saying that, basically it sounds like to me like he's blaming the parents, the mother, because there's not enough masculine energy going on around to raise the young men. So they go on to the corners and stuff looking for hope, basically. And that's how they try to find their masculine energy. I'm gonna play a little short video for you guys. If I can find it. Let me see. Okay, here we go.
Black boys are being suffocated with feminine energy 24 hours a day. They have their mother at home, love you to death, mom, but he needs a break from you sometimes. And then they come to school and they got a white racist female all day. Where are the men? There's no men in there. So if you want to cut suspension, cut ADHD, cut the learning disability, then you give every black boy a black male teacher. That's all you have to do. But the problem is, if you want to give every black boy a black male teacher, you got to lay off a whole lot of white women. And America not going to let that happen. That's the problem. So stop blaming our boys. He is hungry for masculine energy. That's why they hang on the corner all day. You say, why they be on the corner all day? Not selling drugs, not smoking weed, just standing there. You know why? They feeding off each other's energy. I'm a man and I need masculine, so I'm going to get with my homies and we just going to chill because I need that in my life. Black boys are being suffocated.
So yeah, that's basically what he got going on. What's you guys' thoughts on that?
I believe that you can still get masculine energy from a female perspective. I just feel like a lot of men have too much feminine energy. Let's talk about that. How about there's not any men stepping to the table, being a masculine man, being a true provider, a true person that needs to be there, being a protector, a supporter of the female, of the woman's energy. That's not being talked about. But we're sitting here trying to say that it's about we need to have a man in the household. It's hard when the woman's always been the man and the woman.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Somebody tried to call me. Haters gonna hate. But I still stand by what I said, and I truly believe that it's hard when a Melanite woman has to go back and forth with being a male and a female energy in the same household. Stand on it, and that needs to be talked about.
Come on.
I don't disagree with him. I feel like
his beef is with genome teachers, and I feel like he's not wrong to have that beef because I'm sure most of us had majority genome teachers and can probably count all of our Melanite teachers on one or two fingers, probably. And I don't know. I guess I don't disagree with him. And, I'm sure there's other things to talk about when it comes to him. I feel like this is another case of right message, wrong messenger. Because he's right, but it's like, okay, now what do we do further? Like, now what's the next step? You have all the answers and you're supposed to have a school like the committee's saying, and do you know male teachers? Like you were supposed to have a school, so where are the male teachers, to provide what you're saying they need? So I don't disagree, but I feel like there's just more to the topic that needs to be said, and there's a lot that's missing.
Absolutely. Come on now.
Charming said exactly what I was thinking. I don't care how much I can be in my masculine energy. I can never do for Elijah what Ro can. I have not walked the walk of a divine masculine Melanite, and I will never attempt to take ownership over that, because Ro better not ever dare try to take ownership over the teachings that Nye and I can connect on, that he would have to connect in a different way when it comes to her being raised. However, I do think that in the statement, as Charming said, some things were not touched. I do think in the statement, he needs to hold accountable those who do meet the standard, not just in the schools, because we can talk about removing them teachers and all of that and what you're pushing, but how about in the households? How about the neighborhood showing up for these children? How about we create our own community groups where they get that masculine energy? Why are we always depending on and talking about them and removing them and what they got to do with it, when we could just be talking about us and what we need to gratitude and what we need to do to push forward and excel within our community? I do want to say one other thing. If as a mother you feel personally attacked, we tend to take on accountability for shit that has nothing to do with us. I don't feel like he disrespected us in any way. He didn't say Black mothers ain't shit, Melanite mothers ain't doing what they need to be doing. He just said that it's a lot of feminine energy that is now, he's pretty much saying what we think also, just in a really quick way that does need more expounding in the delivery, because it is the truth. There is a lack of support, and not all young Melanite males, but some will end up in certain groups that you do not, as a mother, want them to be in, because they're looking for that male role model, that male figure. And let me tell you, what the community ain't willing to do, the drug dealers who want your baby boys to work for them, they willing to do. They willing to buy them the new sneakers that they want. They willing to step in and be like, let me talk to you, little homie. Let's have a little sit down, and give them the time that they're looking for from a masculine energy. So those were all of my thoughts when it comes to that. I just feel like he needs to discuss how, like Charming said, what's the resolution within us that we can do to fix this?
Agreed. Well said. Well said, for sure. Anybody else? No? Yeah, I mean, Dr. Umar, for me, he makes a lot of great points, especially when it comes to the education thing. But it's like, but with that said, it's like we kind of look at you like, okay, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
We need more masculine energy in the education system. We need more masculine energy. I said, how many times he gonna say that shit? He
right.
Like, one more time. We need more masculine energy in the education system. Where are our male? Well,
I want to add
education system. You got to repeat the last two.
yeah.
I want to add to, and I said, genomes, but I do think that he's might be talking specifically about white femininity, which is its own thing. As we know, white femininity is a complete different thing from us as Melanites and what it means to be feminine. And that's even in history, in the feminine movements and feminist, that's what it's called. I forgot what it was called, in the feminist movements and all that stuff. So I do feel like it's important, and I feel like one of the specifics he may be missing is the white femininity that is influencing Melanite boys.
That's kind of what I
because
want to touch on just briefly because I agree,
Yeah.
Charming. I don't disagree with what Umar is saying. I don't disagree with that. I agree with Charming. I agree with Malika. I do, and I also agree with Jose. But I also understand that genome women, when they date and choose a melanite man to procreate with or to marry, it is because they like to dominate. And that is some of what is happening in the school systems with the genome female teachers wanting to dominate and control inside of the young melanite men because that's what they like to do, and to emasculate them, you know? And so I think that is where my concern comes in at. I don't believe that they can rear our children in the way that they should be. Not just saying only black males can. I'm saying we need a balance, like God has said, of male and female counterpart teachers inside of the system. But again, they should be in your home learning.
Facts.
Do we
Absolute
feel
facts.
that Dr. Umar exudes the masculine energy that he is fighting for?
I feel like he can be very divisive because he doesn't believe in homosexuality, and that's totally his thing, and I understand. But when you are being divisive like that, and you're telling them it's something wrong with them, you know what I mean? Because it is just what it is right now. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? And so it's divisive, it's counterproductive, and it can be very mentally damaging and harmful. Instead of just teaching self-love and how to just get along with each other of where we are right now, you know?
So, with that, with him being able to say that that's not part of his thing, and which is kind of making me, it's making it hard for me to listen to what he has to say because of him feeling as though that in order for you to be masculine, you have to be able to feel and think the way that he feels, which is more so of him trying to be the example because of what he is fighting for. At the end of the day, you can't pick and choose what you want to do. If you're saying that masculine energy is masculine energy, then we need to talk about masculine energy and what masculine energy is, not what you feel that masculine energy should be, and how those decisions should be able to really identify or make you feel as though that you're masculine. Same for women. You can't pick and choose what you want to be in that specific category if it's masculine.
I love to act my masculine energy, honey. I do. I ain't gonna put on no strap on, but I love to act it.
Right.
you love turning that hat backwards.
I'm
Yeah.
now
Mhm.
spin that bitch around
In a
move.
heartbeat. Hmm.
That's when that cue come out.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
That part. For me, I feel like he's brilliant when it comes to the whole special needs, knowing how that whole system thing works. I feel like he's absolutely brilliant. He knows that shit like the back of his hand.
Because he is a
Now, when you
psychologist. He
right, he is the prince of the prince of something. I don't know. Anyway, but like I said, he's great at that, huh?
Marcus Garvey.
Marcus Garvey. Right. But outside of that, it's like you should probably just kind of stick to, that's just my opinion. It is what it is at the end of the day. But yeah, Dr. Umar, like again, it's just like, okay, nigga. You know?
Right.
Okay. Anyway. All right. Okay, so the judge. Okay, judge rules. Okay, whose story is this? Oh, governance.
Yes. So
What are we doing today?
we're gonna go to this real quick, and then we're gonna roll in the poll, and then we go to our commercial break, because when we come back from the commercial break, I want to see what the poll is doing. So there was a transgender that is in college. I think I briefly touched on this last week or week before. And so there was a transgender heavyset genome, and the school was the girls were trying to sue the school, saying that the transgender had flashed her genitals, which she still have her male parts. Okay, and so they were trying to sue and say that she was not really transgender, she was just doing this, and that she had flashed her genitals. Well, the judge ruled on it, saying that the transgender was too fat for her penis to actually show.
Interesting.
What do y'all think about that?
I don't even know what to think about that, honestly. Like, what? Like, huh?
That took a straight turn at the end. What? Too fat.
Too fat for her penis to actually show. So there was no way really that she could have been flashing. Now, I just think that's so crazy.
This reminds me of the case with this. We talked about, I think I brought this up before, the man that impregnated all of the women that came to his clinic instead of with their spouse's collection. He used his own to impregnate all of them. So he's got babies everywhere. And it was ruled not guilty as far as a sexual offense because he never actually physically went to implant it. There's a baby in presence. He never, physically implanted it himself. So it wasn't considered a sexual violation. I feel like, where do they come up with these rules? If he flashed, he had an objective and he followed through with it. And now he's going to feel like he can do this everywhere. It's really weird. It's really strange to me. And I feel like if it was an individual of melanite, and I'm usually the last one to say this, but I feel like if it was a melanite that did that, the gavel would have been banged as soon as he walked in. I just, I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's another part to it. A reason why I put damn Zoe. But go ahead, Carbon, because I want to get your opinion too.
Oh no, I just said I have seen people real big man, and then you drop his pants and look like an Audi. So like just another little navel.
Yeah, because I used to take care of them. I had non-existent.
My man, he was a little boy, but he looked like he had two Audis. Like that's it. Just like he had a navel and then another navel. Two belly buttons. Yeah. He literally had to sit down to pee. So I mean, anyway, what we gonna say?
Okay, so the other part to this is there is a YouTuber content creator that has become extremely famous in like the comic world, named Goddamn Zoe. That damn Zoe. Okay, Zoe used to do a character named TT. Zoe considers himself, I guess, fluid because he will call himself a she. But he also says that he's a he. He says that he doesn't have a very big penis and he is a guy, but he likes to call himself a she. Now, the thing of it is, he did story time the other day. Amazing story time. I laughed my ass off the whole time I was driving. It was great story time. But the basis of the story time is this. And now I understand sometimes straight men have an issue with this, and gay men, trans men, women being around their spouses because of this. Zoe had sex with a woman for the first time. He said he absolutely loved it. And I guess it's not the first time he has eaten vagina, but he ate vagina. He said he kind of likes to do that. He enjoyed it and he would do it again. But he also gave the breakdown of the vagina difference between the anal difference. Okay. And so he said he really enjoyed it. And but he calls himself a she. So this is where the poll comes in at. So first, let me get y'all's thought on that.
On what part?
That damn Zoe and
okay, so listen, that is a lot, okay? That's a lot going on. That's a pill that that a lot of people will have to swallow. But listen, to each his own. Honestly, I feel like, be attracted to what you have to, be attracted to. To me, I feel like, with him, he's still a man. So if he wanted to dibble and dabble, females do it all the time. So it shouldn't be a problemo, honey. Him just want a little vajayjay on that craving. Lil Gina. That's all he needed.
Now,
a little Gina.
There was another video before we get to the poll and the commercial. There was, another video that I wanted to discuss, and I think we kind of touched on it a couple weeks ago, where there was a black man, and he said, "Why is it that black men or men cannot stand in their own truth and say, I may not be gay, but I may want to do some gay shit. Like I might want to get my dick sucked by a guy, but, or I might want to experience a guy. That don't mean that I want to be with the guy." He said it's an imbalance because women can go out and have fun with a woman, but not actually say that she's gay, and people will accept that, but people don't accept it from men. So that's that one. So it's a lot to that. So now the poll is this, because this was being said, because when we come back, Aubrey, we're going to get into, is that whose story? That's Malika? That's your story? B5? That's B5? Okay, we're going to go into that. But this is the poll. This is for the community. This is for the panel. So inside of Malika's story, there were some things said, but these are things that I've also heard before, that Melanite women are losing Melanite men to transgender women. Community, what do you all think? Do y'all think that this is a true statement? Yes or no? Please put it in the chat. Someone please monitor the chat to see what the majority may say. Committee, that's for the committee panel. Please be ready to give your opinion when we come back from commercial break. This is going to be so interesting. I can't wait for Malika's story to come up. We're going to be talking about when we come back. Carbon.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, y'all, we got to take a quick break and pay some bills, and we'll have a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
They say do everything with attention. From my hands to yours. May you receive.
I sit, close my eyes, inhale and exhale, and ask myself, what is it within us that makes us give up on our own experiences based on the beliefs of others? How is it that beings, even societies who in so many ways exemplify strength based on societal norms, find comforting ease with going with what is popular presented rather than what is? Why limit self to some when you can have all? I am living my life as it comes to me, aligned with those that I can learn from as they learn from me, those that will not attempt to mold me into the perfect fit for their journey, but rather provide guidance if they sense I am straying from my path. Regardless of who we are or have been within our personal journey, we complement each other within the blessing of the experience that is us. I am living my life in the realization that that which supersedes is my ability to understand that my personal experience and the results of that is what takes precedence when it comes to the formation of my being and my personal belief system. I am aware that my beliefs, those which guide me, may have fact energy within my journey, but should be received as opinion to others, as this ensures that they before any are the grand creators of their journey, as I am of mine. This is the beauty rather than the conflict of difference of opinion, as we were all brought here to play a part, not to please others, but rather to be exactly who we are, uniquely for the betterment of self, which then carries over to the betterment of all. Grand Rising.
Welcome back, and we are back. So I've been looking at the chat, y'all, and I'm getting some no's, I'm getting some yeses, I'm getting some so-sos, 50-50s. Yeah, if it seems kind of split in the chat, y'all.
Okay.
It was the cousin that said we losing them to everybody. That oh man. And it was yeses at first, but then the no's came in like a landslide. Like and then the 50-50s, like you said. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let me go ahead and pull up this video. Devin from B5. If you all remember, Diddy signed a group early 2000s, B5, that was young brothers in a group that sang together. And one has recently come out, and he released a video, and it was on Hollywood Unlocked, on site. I'm gonna choose to play the on-site one because I felt more comfortable in the comments there. The Hollywood Unlocked comments really had my feathers ruffled. But let me go ahead. What you say, Jose? It's bird season. That was for you. Feathers
It's Big and
ruffled.
Head season.
Big and Head season. I shaded it. Okay, so let me play this for y'all.
I find it as men, we get frustrated that by what we're basically feeling and are hiding, and take this frustration out on others. And, sometimes that emotional trauma can basically lead to violence or, death. Which brings me to why I'm doing this video. I'm in a very beautiful relationship with someone who makes me very happy. She's very sexy, very talented, and most of all, she has a beautiful, kind spirit, which I love. My girlfriend, she is transgender. Her name is D. Smith. After Coco's death, basically, I wanted to make it very clear to her that she has a place that she can feel safe and free with, and, basically feel seen and loved without any conditions. Well, I don't want to be one of those men benefiting from like a trans woman in private and, and not celebrate her publicly. So this is somebody I've known for like over 10 years now. And from day one, we've always had this like very special, very, very special connection. I feel like it's time for, just men in general to basically step up and just own who we are as men. And with that being said, I'm signing off, and that's it, man. Just love it.
Could you guys hear it? Because somebody said to turn it up. And I know I have the headphones on. I didn't know I would be playing it from my phone. Could you hear it?
I mean, we could hear it. It was low, but I mean, if you listening, you could hear it.
Okay, so pretty much what he was saying is because of the passing of Coco, who is a very popular transgender, she was murdered. He wanted to make sure that he announced to the world that he is in love with the woman that he has chosen to be within his life. And it was very affectionate and very loving. The music that they chose, as an editor of, these type of videos, I loved it. It put me in the absolute fairy tale mood. And she's a former Love and Hip Hop cast member, D. Smith. So for me, I was around these boys, B5, when they were very young, when they were still in the Tampa streets. My brother used to work with them closely with their music before they left and went to New York and got their deal with Diddy. And they have always been respectable. And they have always presented themselves as the cream of the crop, naturally. Just respectable babies, and their parents were amazing as well. The individuals that we met that were around them. And I feel like he's still translating this emotion and this energy in this announcement that he's made. And I'm proud of him for doing so, because I don't feel like we get this energy when seeing trans love. I can't say to you honestly that I've ever watched a video on social media that was in this energy of this is who I love and I announce it and it is profound and a blessing to me, and fuck you if you don't like it because this is what it is, in such a smooth manner as well. I am so proud of him for this statement. Now the comments that I was referring to earlier, it comes off as very damned if you do, damned if you don't. You tell people 1 minute to say what they're feeling, be loud and proud, and then the next minute it's like, well, what you got to announce that for? The statement that was in the poll, you know, oh, we're losing our men to everybody. Oh, all of y'all just falling out the closet now. All of these things, and I just wonder, what is it in individuals that makes them think that everything on social media applies to them? Why do you make these posts about your life? This doesn't have anything to do with you. It has only to do with the people that it speaks to. You missed the point. You missed the love of it all. Go ahead, Quatita.
What's his name? We got it wrong on the paper. What's his name?
What do you mean you got it wrong on the paper?
It says Justin on my paper, but somebody said Devin. Somebody said Dustin.
Dustin.
Oh, she had Justin.
It's okay. I might have Justined it. I might have just, Justin. I might have said it like that in the meeting because we're a little bit more laid back, and I was sleepy.
It's like, oh God, what's his name?
It's Dustin from B5.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts?
So first, let me just say this real quick because I saw somebody in the chat says, Anton, he says that Dustin is not gay. He is a trans lover. I want Aubrey to speak because today when we were speaking, Aubrey gave a breakdown of what she is and I guess what the difference is. So come on, Aubrey.
Girl, I was on mute, girl. Listen, I'm on the live now. Listen. Here's my thing about this, and this is something that I even have conversations with people that are in my close realm. The issue is, Malika, is that everybody is still putting transgendered women into the spectrum of men. No one is respecting the fact that these are women. No one is really understanding that there are multiple different women out here. Multiple. There are multiple different men. I think the problem comes into play is that everybody feels as though that trans women want to be biological women or women, so to speak. Biologically, we know that you have the parts to reproduce and things of that nature. That's what made you a biological woman. But in regards to being added to the spectrum of just being a woman, it has nothing to do with a part. If you are representing the woman that you feel that you are, then why should that be taken away from you? A lot of these men who are attracted to trans women are attracted to the woman. If you are attracted to the man, that is what puts you into homosexuality. A lot of you guys assume that trans women all have their parts, all still have their male parts. You don't know what levels or how things are supposed to be moved within the transgender process. Before there is surgery for the post-op and pre-op, you have to go through hormone therapy for a certain amount of time before that is even something that you decide to do. Surgery is your last result in any of that because you're making the alteration of your body. Some people don't feel like surgery is something that they need to do. But I think that the problem is that everybody feels as though that trans women are men. Now, let's even break that down, because the reason why a lot of people feel that trans women are men is because some trans women still operate with a gay male's mentality. You do not have a lot of trans women that have the support of biological women and respect their walk in womanhood as well. So a lot of them go where they feel that they are accepted. And a lot of them are accepted in rooms with other gay men. Because the talk of the talk is once you made it to the transgender side, then you could be able to get any man that you desire. And it becomes a lustful thing. That's why you have so many trans women now that decide to sell their bodies instead of understanding that they're doing this for them, not a coin. You're not anyone's property, nor no one can put a price on a sexual fantasy because they're living behind a wall that they don't want to come from behind. Being trans attracted isn't a style of putting you into homosexuality. Because if you're telling me that you're attracted to a trans woman, but this trans woman that you see is an ideal look of a woman, then what do you think that this man is going to be attracted to? So because he's attracted to that woman and she turns out to be a transgendered woman, that makes him gay? Wow. So now you're saying everything that you taught as far as the Adam and Eve district with you biblically, and then all of these X and Y and XX chromosomes, that a man should not be attracted to what he finds to be beautiful. Attraction has no laws nor rules. So why are we constantly putting these into categories? Because we feel as though that this goes back to the man in the robe with the beard and that he died for everybody. We're making it a religious thing. Has nothing to do with that. If you're attracted to me because I am giving you what you may be attracted to, why should that be a crime? Why should that be a crime when a lot of people, especially women, have fantasies, watch trans porn, watch gay men porn, or having sex with each other as women in order to make this man happy? It's a lot of things that go into the whole transgender identity that people have really misconstrued. And it's like, we really need to pick what we're going to accept in regards to that. Go ahead, Q.
So I need to be very transparent because before meeting you and having friendship with you, I had the same thought. For me, it was just all the same. You know what I mean? But having relationship with you, I don't be like he at all. Like, to me, you're my bitch. You're she, girl, that's my girl. Like, because that's how I see you. And I do understand that some trans women still are active in the gay male mentality. I understand exactly what you mean. Now, my issue, and it's not just with trans, I feel like it's with the LGBTQ community, period. Me being a bisexual woman, I notice there are cliques inside of this community. You can have a group of trans or gay, bisexual, and I feel like they only hang out with that kind of group, instead of mix and mingling and letting people get to know you. But I also feel like, as in the heterosexual community, we may not be, and I say we because I like dick too, but I feel like people are not very welcoming either, you know? But I would be a liar if I did not say I feel like some of the LGBTQ community are very sexist, and they're very nasty and mean, you know, and I don't understand that. And I am one that did not know. And again, you've changed my view on a lot of things, you know what I mean? Because I'm one of those people that, first of all, I don't, if a man likes genome women, then I'm not what he wants. You know what I mean? And so I do feel like some men, and I know I'm being long-winded, but I got to get it out. I do feel like some men, I guess it's called a fetish. It could be fetish. Date trans women because they want both parts. They want something that looks like a woman, but also still have the male testicles, because they like that as well. So they do have both parts. At the same time, I've always been a woman that felt like trans women and genome women did not understand the plight of the Black woman. I have to say that because we still are the most unaccepted. You know what I mean? But now looking at you and understanding you, you know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know that you're trans when they meet you. You know what I mean? So you may be experiencing some things that the melanite woman experience. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I think as people, we have our own fights. And we need to just kind of start to be accepting of whatever it is. And if, if a man knows that you're trans and he's going after you because he's trans, he doesn't want Quatita. And that's okay with me. If he going after a genome because he knows she's a genome, he don't want Quatita. I'm all right with that. You know what I mean? So it's to whatever it is that you like or whatever it is that you want.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, so, I'm gonna just be very candid about my feelings with this, right? I've never felt like we are, like Quatita said, I don't ever feel when I see, of course I'm taken, but when I see these situations, like anything that is for you can't be taken, right? So you just mad because they not playing on your team. Let's just say it that way. Like that's what they want to do. Go on ahead and do that. Like Quatita was saying, I do feel as a melanite woman, I am going extinct. And I do not feel like the melanite trans community is making sure Malika and her reflections do not go extinct. I feel like if I go to a makeup counter and ask for my face to be done, there's a specific look that I'm given. I feel like the terminologies that even we as melanite women now use is that of a different beautiful community. And it's because, y'all are fucking awesome and creative as, like, I remember being at Macy's working and seeing the creative team come in, and it was all either trans or gay males. And they would turn Macy's windows out. Thoughts that I'd be like, how can you even create? Like, it's just a creativeness and fashion style that expounds. However, within that, I feel as though I am going extinct. I feel like people are fighting more for, if I'm a boxer, a man who has chosen to go through the process and become trans or that is trans, can get in a ring with me, and they'll fight for him to be able to fuck me up in a ring before they'll fight for me to be able to fight my match. They'll make me sit out or sit down and take me off a team. I feel like when I'm watching mothers say, I understand that you're trans and I accept you, but you cannot be in the bathroom while my baby girl is peeing. And it be a problem that she's saying that. That's scary for me. That is scary for me on so many levels. And I feel like that should be an overall consensus. Because at the end of the day, sis, I know if you see Naila go into the bathroom and you see whether it's trans, whatever, walk in, it doesn't even matter which version, which type of person, you're going to go in there and make sure that my baby is straight, that your niece is straight. And for me, there's also other things that go along with that, because now you have people that can play on your actual story and dress up to be able to have access to the restroom. There's so many things that have to be looked at. And I literally feel, sis, like I am going extinct, because it's like, in a sense, a popularity contest. And we are by far in last place. Mm-hmm.
Let me say this to you. The big issue with that is because a lot of the laws that are being passed for transgender rights are not for the ones of color. It's for the ones of genomes. And they're pushing, because we have to think about it. There is no melanite a person that is of the trans community that's in politics, that is in a different state that we allegedly that we do not know
But
about.
would it be for trans or would it be for women? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I get
Like,
what she's saying though.
right. And with that, it's like, even with conversations that I have with people in regards to just us having just regular candor when I'm talking to guys, I think that the biggest thing is that it's easier to go ahead and disrespect the melanite woman as well. And I find myself always having to tell them, no, 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 no. This is not what we're going to do, because at the end of the day, we need to talk about the collective of what men do and what men are not holding themselves accountable to do. And I think that a lot of men find, oh, well, I wasn't really talking about it. Yes, you were. Because if that was not what you were talking about, then you wouldn't have said it. And I think that they find it easier to bash you because of the simple fact that they feel like, okay, because it's another type of woman, I can be able to do that to her. No, you can't, because we're all women. And I see what you see. I see that people don't really respect melanite women of the trans community because, oh, I'm better. Your titties, your ass, or your work that you got done to your body don't make you better than this woman over here. Because a lot of the mannerisms and the poise of what we serve, I was just telling Jose the other night, the poise that some of the women that I look up to that they give, I learned how to be able to hold myself with class in some of those things. I've understood that being in certain elements around my Black women, that I was able to really be taught how to really carry myself as a woman that I want to be looked at as. And it made me more comfortable in being able to understand and identify with who I was in a lost, trapped body. So it helped me in my gender dysphoria, for sure. And I do see where a lot of people are taking a lot of the shine from the actual melanite woman, because a lot of what the melanite women do is to be able just to better women in general. But people take, and they can't put back into. So I
And
definitely
you see,
understand.
gratitude for that, Aubrey. Where, like, the parts where I feel imbalance are if there's a panel to speak, right? And it's a melanite woman's panel. And as everyone knows, we are accepting of all. Like, can't nobody talk to me about my sis. Don't do it, don't try it, because you're going to get played in a second. That is my sis. Whatever she prefers, how I don't care if Aubrey or Carbon or Jose said they want us to refer to them as Flying Eagle tomorrow. Let's not use eagle because that's one of those tattoos. As Flying Unicorn tomorrow. That is what we are going to do. Now, if there is a panel and it's a melanite women's panel, there may be a conversation where if there is a trans woman who fits the criteria, there is acceptance. Like, of course, yes. Now, I'm not sure if there is a trans panel, would I be allowed to speak on behalf of the melanite trans women?
That is why I was getting ready to pose this question, because exactly listening and I'm understanding, and this will never sway my love for you. Of course, you know that. But this was just what I was thinking as you're talking, Malika and Aubrey. So when we're talking about genomes and the difference in appropriation and appreciation, do we have the right to still feel that way about the trans community that we would for a genome that will come in and appropriate the melanite culture? Do we still have the right? So can we not say that? So we can feel that way. Can we not feel that way about the trans community? Because you're right, Malika. Would we be accepted on their panel?
And for me, I would want to step in as I'm going to speak about my good sis Aubrey. Because if you want to see exceptional in those shoes, in that role, if you want to see educator, I mean, Aubrey and Jose have put me onto some terms and terminologies. I'm still learning, and they have patience and they have grace, and they know that I'm learning because I'm an introvert. I stay in my house. I don't know people. So this is my family, right? If I'm invited, I'm going to speak as a woman who is connected to a trans woman who walks that walk. And I am going to say that boldly and loudly because I know as much as my plight is, your plight is one as well. And I would never merge the two because there are walks you have had to walk that I will never have to walk as a biological Melanite woman. And I give grace and applause and ovation to you for those things. So there is a distinction to be made, not a distinction to withdraw from you, but a distinction to say she is especially special. And as much as we align, these differences make me admire her in ways because I've never seen that walk, but I've gotten to see that in her. You get what I'm saying? Very good topic, y'all. Good topic.
Jose had something to say.
I was just gonna go ahead and say I've learned a lot as well from Aubrey because at first, even my own perception was trans women do not like Melanite women until I met Aubrey. And that is when I was like, oh, she is she, she's that bitch. She actually understands what it's like to be a Melanite woman. And she is a Melanite woman and she gets that walk. She gets that power that you have to walk in because the world is not fucking safe to Melanite women. But in that same breath, she's also let me know there's a lot of trans women that are just, and forgive me for saying this, but some of them are just gay men with wigs and nails on. And it's true. Some of them do not act in the courtship that a woman should act. Some of them do not have that, that je ne sais quoi that a woman should have. Some of them do not have, the way Aubrey is poised, the way she is, she can glare down and glide down. They don't do it because they don't possess the womanhood she has. Some of them just want to just say, I'm her, but they aren't her. They just are gay men and have gay
They're
men.
appropriating the female culture. That's
They
exactly what
are
I'm saying.
Santanas to me. And I don't want to be slandered on here, but I'm just saying what I'm saying. Some of them are Santanas without a beard.
What's a Santana?
A Santana is
he's gay, but he dresses like a woman,
yes,
but he has full beard and all of that. And so I feel like it's
Cross-dresser.
appropriation
Okay.
of the culture, but we don't give the appreciation of Melanite women. And that's just truly, truly, truly where we stand.
And Quatita, even, with what Jose was saying, even in that, when you say Aubrey she's walking the walk of a Melanite woman and the same dangers that apply to us apply to her. Absolutely not, friend. Because if I take Aubrey around some of my circles, I will have to fight for her.
Mm-hmm.
Both of us walking in the room as Melanite women. If I take her to my shows backstage,
oh yeah,
there
it's
are dangers
totally
that she will have to face that I will now have to step in and receive whatever's about to come, and we gonna toe for toe it.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend, when we used to go to the reggae club, we had to stand and act like we was looking at. I mean, I was looking at niggas, but I'm just saying, we know when we was at the reggae club, we could not, absolutely not, and we would cuss you out, bitch, if you ever play that game while we're in here. Absolutely.
There was even an event in Jamaica a while ago where the young trans woman was surrounded by people at the party and was annihilated, unalived in the middle of the party. So there are, I think, as much as we want to ensure the love, I know the love and the validation. I mean, we're not looking at none of this as like separation or anything like that, but we also have to be realistic in our talk, because you can end up walking your friend into a burning building because you want to ensure you are saying whatever is necessary to make sure she stays in her uplifted state. But there are realities that I know Aubrey is comfortable with talking about because Aubrey is comfortable with who she is. And I think that goes back to what Quatita is saying, that it is what it is. And I never thought about it from an appropriation standpoint and how that applies to when we talk about other groups Yeah, it's very deep. It's very deep. But I do think the distinctions, they don't need to always be said, but they need to be addressed.
Yeah,
Everybody needs
and
to
I
be
feel like
aware
we
of
have
them.
the right to feel that way without having to say we don't love our friend. You know what I mean? Because it's genuine. I don't have to dislike genome women without me knowing that some of y'all do a lot of things and act like Black women try to appropriate our culture and want to be us. You know what I mean? But I feel like that goes a little bit deeper for me, you know. But it's still a topic that should be addressed or should be said, and people should have the right to feel the way they feel. With that being said, if you have not paid your sponsorship dues, please make sure you get those in so we can roll over to next time. Make sure when you send it in, you have your dates on from when for when. And if you're not going forward and with it, just let me know so we can, because we have other slots available. So
Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. And y'all, this has been a great conversation, but we got to take a break. So we will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Powerful, captivating, indulgent, riveting.
You hear the rumble of the earth.
High councils, affirmations, oracle, and tarot deck. Available for pre-sale now only on www.awalkwiththeancestors.com.
All right, y'all, and we back. So, y'all, it's going down in Chinatown. I'm just gonna play the video and then we can just kind of hop into it and discuss it, y'all. Here we go. Oh damn! Wait a minute.
Woman, a government official shows up at your home. You're told you'll be taking part in a new anti-poverty program, sent hundreds of miles away from your friends and family to work at a factory. You know you don't have a choice. Everyone's heard about the concentration camps popping up all over
What just happened? Oh hell! I'm sorry, y'all.
your homeland. There are whispers
What is going on?
that women are tortured, raped, forcibly sterilized, and worse. So what else can you do but go? You get to the factory, you aren't allowed to pray or read the Quran, you're segregated from other workers, you're given a curfew, you're not allowed to go home freely. And every day at the factory, what do you see over and over again? A Nike swoosh. In a 2020 expose of the Qingdao Taiwan factory, the Washington Post reported that this was the reality for Uyghur workers at a Nike supplier that has made over 8 million Nike shoes. We're concerned Nike and Adidas aren't doing enough to implement the bipartisan Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act. In fact, Nike, along with Apple, Coca-Cola, and others, spent lavishly on lobbying to water down the bill. We need answers. We need to end American support for forced labor. We need to just do it.
So yeah, snatching people at their homes, yada yada yada. What do we think?
Well, didn't Quatina say that they was gonna come and snatch y'all about y'all houses?
Facts.
That's what
Absolute
I
facts.
heard.
Mhm.
Validation. Again.
Validation. And y'all. Oh, that's not here. If things keep going the way they're going, it's on its way. Y'all don't even realize it. Man, it's on its way. But yeah, I mean, there are laws in place right now, executive orders in place right now where that could happen here. Y'all know that, right? I hope the committee y'all know that. Like Obama signed an executive order to where any president can say whatever, declare whatever emergency, and you have to go to work for free. You have to, all that kind of stuff. So it's not far fetched at all.
It's a part of the agenda that we talked about in the world reading.
Facts.
The Donald Trump and the alleged and the other side, as the gentleman so kindly put it in the recording, the bad guys. It's the lesser of the two evils. So it is about them continuously using us in our energy.
Facts.
And we also validate the validation of what governance has said, that it has already been happening, especially with these babies that they feel like they can just take them from the hospitals. The babies that went missing from New Orleans during Katrina that were picked up first when everybody was out stuck in the water, and they still haven't located them. All of these, when we hear Quatita talk about the individuals that were at the border and then where did they go? When they were putting the Latino Mexican, they were putting them in the camps. They were taking the children away from the parents. These videos that we've seen, I think it was Jesse Ventura, where people are sticking their hands out the windows and they won't let them in because it's a camp. I used to have dreams when I was younger that they were snatching people from here and taking them to another planet to work on the planet, to fix it up so that future people could live on it. Like there's so many of these things that are already happening and in place. They've been practicing. So when it happens for real, I mean, as it's happening for real.
Right. But Malika, there are a lot of people out there that work in the secret space programs and things like that that validate everything you just said. So you're not crazy. Not by a long shot. Come on, Charma.
I was gonna say, sorry. I was gonna say, isn't that a movie? Elysium, is that what it's called? Where they have
It sure is.
where all the rich people live on another planet and all of the poor people live still on planet Earth, and they have machines on the other planet that they just land and they just automatically get healed. And then the poor people, and actually not only that, the people are poor and they work on they work on the planet in space. They are the ones who are doing the healing. They're the ones that fix the machines. They're the nurses and the doctors for all the rich people in, I think the planet is called Elysium.
Yeah.
I just wrote it down. That's a movie. That's the name of the movie?
Elysium.
But they've bought stocks in the moon. They have real estate that they've bought on the moon. And that was like almost 10 years ago, where that man had made like $9 million selling real estate. So I'm sure they probably own all of the moon now. We don't know who told them they own it, but yeah.
Insane. But yeah, kind of like you shuttle from, get on the train to go to your job. You would get on these shuttles and go up to this big spaceship thing that they built where all the rich people were. So yeah. Okay, Charmin, let's go on and jump into these crystals.
Okay, y'all, we're going to class again. Let me find the video. So I had came across this video on YouTube, and it was from this museum, and they were basically like showing crystal cures, or how they use crystals in like the 1600s for medicine. And so I have like a video here that I'm going to play for you. It's only like a small section of the video. The video is a long video. Trying to find my earphone thing so I could take it out, but I can't find them. Okay, so I'm gonna hopefully it plays loud enough for you guys to hear it.
Which allows for some contact between the stone and the wearer's skin, making symbolic, magical, and therapeutic properties of different gemstones were often incorporated into the design for the jewelry. This pendant was made in England between 1540 and 1560. And you can see here the three jewels that have been selected for the design. The green jewel at the top is a peridot, the middle stone is a hessonite garnet, and the blue stone hanging is a sapphire. This pendant would have been worn around the neck, and we know that it had a protective function because if we turn it over and look at the back, there is an inscription here around the peridot that was thought to ward off epilepsy. There is an inscription too, which invokes God, which also would have been a form of protection. These stones haven't been fully backed with gold, which allows for some contact between the stone and the wearer's skin, making the pendant as protective as possible. The maker and the owner of this pendant would have chosen stones for specific reasons, and it may well have been that they would have consulted a lapidary book to try and understand what the protection offered by specific stones would be.
Okay, please tell me you guys heard that. I
Yeah,
tried
we
my
could hear
best.
it.
Okay, good. First, here's my medical disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only. This advice does not substitute professional medical advice. So, basically, I just want to talk about, like, we always talk about like the spiritual properties of crystals, which are obviously extremely important, but I think we underestimate the medical properties of crystals. And I kind of want to, basically, I'm just going to like list a few common crystals and like the medical properties of them. I have a book that I'll show you guys that I got basically all the crystal information from, so you can go and get the book yourself. But first, crystals have been used for protection and health for obviously an extremely long time. Egyptians would use lapis lazuli, turquoise, carnelian, emerald, and clear quartz. They also would use, so crystallite also was known as peridot, which is the one she mentioned, was used to combat night terrors and purge evil spirits. They were also used cosmetically, where they used to take malachite and they used to grind it up and they used to use it as eyeshadow. I've seen people doing that recently, which is kind of cool, but it was a genome, so I was kind of like, that's not even for you. Anyways, I'm also going to be talking about the etymology of a few of these words, so it kind of gets you to think about the reason why these crystals are called what they're called. So, first word is going to be crystal. It comes from the Greek word ice, or the Greek word is kristallos, meaning ice crystal. It also comes from cryos, which is frost, and from krus, to begin to freeze or form a crest, which I think is interesting because we're crystals. Anyways, wow, I can't read my own handwriting. Chronesis, I think, is frozen mud, and hrus is earth. So all of these words are related to crystals. So food for thought. So the next one is going to be amethyst. Amethyst means not drunken and was worn to prevent drunkenness and hangovers. So the word amethystos or amethystus is like the original word. The A in the word is not, and then the original word is methyscine. Interesting, right? And it means to make drunk. Or methys, which means wine, comes from medu, which is like mead, comes from honey, which is like alcohol from honey, I think. So those are some just quick, interesting etymology words that from like ones we obviously know. I highly suggest, going to go deeper and looking into it yourself. But the next thing I'm going to do is just list off some crystals that we might be aware of already in our daily life and what like the medical properties are. I guess before I do that, do you guys want to say anything?
I love all of it. I was like, let me show them
Right.
just in case they don't know. And by the way, Charming and Chaz, they are amazing at wrapping these jewels and creating creations that you can actually wear on your body, just as they were stealing from us.
Show your
back then
new
when
one,
they made
Charming.
that.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, so I don't know if she's in the comments, but it's a cousin's that I'm gonna show because she hopefully she likes it. So here's one I just did, a tiger's eye.
That is dope. Yes.
It's two-sided. So yes.
And it's interesting that piece that you were talking about with protection included the garnet, which is one of the melanite crystals
Yes,
that
it is.
Clotilde let us know was a melanite crystal. And can I just say, the bornite and the garnet, when I held them in these last 2 weeks, when I first got them in my hands, there is an energy to it, like an energy. So I believe absolutely why they chose that.
Yeah, I think the video goes further on to talk more about the crystals and what the lapidary book said, but I just wanted to keep it short. So I will give our blogger the link, and hopefully she can add it into her section or the section, and then you guys can go on the blog and find it and watch the video yourself. So yes, so the next thing is gonna be, I feel like there was something I was gonna say, but I forgot. Oh, I was gonna say something. So what I did enjoy about like my research is, obviously you guys know, I make jewelry, Chaz makes jewelry. Malik is, starting to, put her healing jewelry, her crystal, her bracelets, necklaces, earrings, everything on her site. And the reason why jewelry is so important is because that is the main way you get healing from it. You can like place it on you and you can do all that, but when you wear it on your body and you have it, this one ain't touching me right now, but it's so big it would touch my skin, and you have it on you at all times, it constantly circulates in your aura, in your field. So, and you'll see that by when I give you descriptions on like what I wrote down. So pencils ready. Agate is for pregnancy and for mother and child, like to help with relieving symptoms of or uncomfortability, headaches, dizziness, impaired balance. And once again, this is agate, so AGATE. You place it directly onto the skin near the organ or near your heart or your throat for fever. So those are just kind of some of the medicinal uses. Like, I know some of us have some things going on, so basically I kind of wanted you guys to see like these crystals can help you, and you got to kind of look. So Amazonite, this one was interesting because people along Rio Negro, which obviously is the Black River, I think, or the Black Road in Brazil, wore amulets which came from the land of women without men. So that's a little fun fact about Amazonite. It's good for heart trouble, metabolic disorders. You put on your third chakra, your third eye chakra. I was like, why did I say third? That's wrong. Third eye chakra, to lift depression and anxiety. And a necklace worn on the skin can alleviate headaches and migraines. Placed under pillow to promote restorative sleep. So once again, that's Amazonite. So like Amazon IT. So amber. I don't know if you guys have ever like used amber necklaces for your babies for teething, but that's one of the like most popular ways that people use amber. But the Greeks called amber electron, meaning sun gold, which is interesting. It's 7,000 years, been used for 7,000 years as amulets. It stimulates the metabolism and treats skin ailments that are caused by metabolic imbalance. So I think that's like eczema and like rashes and like things like that are caused from metabolic imbalance. It helps to treat asthma. It helps to reduce allergic respiratory problems. It helps with rheumatism and strengthening heart muscles, as well as epilepsy. So I know that with amber, you want to wear that on your skin as well because it reacts to heat and it kind of slowly releases with heat.
Can I say that everybody who's been getting their bags, their packages from me gets an amber crystal in it? So if you don't know, that's what you have in there.
Perfect. That is perfect. Now you guys know how to use it and what to use it with. So the next one. Anybody want to say anything? I got 3 more and then I'm done with my lesson for today, but I don't want to go be long-winded. So anybody? Class?
No,
Okay.
it's the education. Right. We need that.
We can't talk and learn.
Charmaine, what are the names of the other ones?
Of the ones I'm gonna name? Beryl, carnelian, and labradorite.
Okay, so I'm gonna go grab so they can see what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Cool. So beryl is Beryl, believed to strengthen the belief in God, considered magic stone by the ancient Hebrews. That was in the book. I wrote that. Dope. I love it. I love how you guys are there to show it. I love that. It helps to treat eye problems by placing it on the closed eyelids in the evening. Alleviate less serious stomach and bowel disorders, and to help detoxify the body. And it helps with angina treatment. I don't know what that is. So if anybody else
It's a
knows
heart
what that is,
condition.
okay.
It's a heart condition.
So you're so smart. Yes, when placed on the neck. So another thing that you could wear as a necklace or kind of meditate with it or something like that. So next is carnelian. Carnelian is very popular. You might have had it or seen it before. It's like a bright orange crystal. Oh, there! Look how beautiful it is. It has like stripes, and it's good for your sacral chakra, which you'll find out when I'm done explaining this. It's one of the oldest gemstones and protective stones in history, according to that book. It comes from the name cornealis, which means cherry. Interesting. Sacral chakra, cherry. Ooh, connections. It was placed in tombs as magic armor for life after death. It's good for digestion. You can place it on the pubic bone for 20 minutes a day for abdominal pain, cyst, and pregnancy. That's obviously for women. I'm sure it helps men too, but that was specifically for women. Encourages formation of new blood cells, and if you rinse with carnelian water, it could help with bleeding gums. I also seen that it could help with your skin, I believe, as well. So it's basically helps with your blood. So last is labradorite, and I just wanted to pick a few that you guys may have heard of or maybe not, to share with you, so you guys can really understand that these go deep. So labradorite alleviates bone problems, spinal disorders, and wear and tear of joints, and rheumatism and arthritis. So it's really good for your joints and your bones. I also have one right here. It's my necklace. You can see that. So that is all for class today. Crystals heal your body medically as well as spiritually, as above, so below. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something.
Yes, Miss Charming. Gratitude. Okay, I just need to make one little side note. What? Somebody else say something?
No. Go ahead. I'm just going to show the book so you guys can see what the book is.
That's okay. No, all I was gonna say is Miss Dean is gonna have me going to go get me some barbecue corn nuts after this damn show. She over there fucking them up. I'm just saying. Anyway. Anybody else have any questions or want to touch on this or anything? No? No? Okay. I say we take our last break and then we can, or do you want to wait? Yeah? Okay. We're going to be right back, you guys, from a word from our sponsors.
Whoever said that everything that glitters isn't gold never met goddesses. When my mind and heart feel led astray, or even on a gloomy day, when negative energies come my way, return to sender with one spray. With intention, I will mist, ensuring protection, peace, and bliss. From the north, south, east, and west, Goddessence makes me feel my best. Goddessence Calming Protection Mist, available now at www.grandrising.com.
They say do everything with attention. From my hands to yours, may you receive.
affirmation, oracle, and tarot deck. Available for pre-sale now only on www.awalkwiththeancestors.com.
All right, we back. We are back. Okay, so expressway jump off. What's going on?
Well, greetings, everyone. So yesterday, something happened in San Antonio. We are going to call one of the cousins who put me in on this here story. She actually was present inside of this in San Antonio. We're going to see if I can't get her on this line. She told me it was all right to give her a call. So let's see and give her a call right now. There was a lady that hung herself off of the expressway banister, the sign that hangs up there.
Hello?
Greetings, cousin. How are you? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Governess, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Wait a minute, I might have to hang it up and call her right back, y'all.
Yeah, they messing with you.
We don't see.
Mhm.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hold on, I can hear you, but it's really static. A lot of static. One moment, please.
Okay.
Governess, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. There you go. Greetings. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine.
Now you kind of sound a little low. Can y'all hear her? Yeah. Okay. So you sent me a news article yesterday of a lady that hung herself from the sign on the expressway.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us what happened. What did you see? Because you said you can't get it out of your head.
I can't. There was a picture. There's also a picture circulating too. Okay. It was like not all the way up on the sign, but okay, it's a high traffic area. It's on 1604 by La Cintera. People call it the Rim area, so it's a good shopping area, but it was in the middle, like all the way to the middle of the intersection of the highway, and she was on the pole going upward. Okay, not all the way at the top, on the top, but on the pole going upward, she was hanging on off of the side of the, the structure of the sign that goes across that thing. You know what the are?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it was the time the kids get out of school and stuff like that. There was a lot of traffic. They had to shut down the highway and stuff like that. I didn't really take anything, but like I said, there was someone that took a picture and it was circulating. And my friend had asked me, did I hear about it? And she showed me, and then, but you can't get it out of here. I mean, it was little like painting. She was painting there. She had a dress on, like a kind of strapless like sundress, Melanite woman. I have researched to see like if anyone knows anything. No one knows anything.
So they don't know if she hung herself or if someone else did it.
Yeah, right. Because here's my thing. It's a lot of traffic, Governor. So how does she get across to the middle section of the highway? Okay, in traffic, right? But those people that said they seen her walking down the middle. I never seen her walking down the middle. I don't know, but these are just comments I have read when I was researching all day. And some people said they seen her walking. They were saying, yeah, it was dangerous, but she didn't look out of her mind. That's what one comment said. They just said she was just walking. And then one comment, a guy said that he had seen her started to climb up the thing, up the side. But like I said, if nobody, the news didn't mention anything. All they said was traffic jam at this area, like basically use another route, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well,
but I can't get it. I can't get it out of my head. There was children on the school bus that rolled by. I mean, there was parents like they're coming in it, had to try to distract their children from doing it. I don't know if it's true because it was, like I said, it was the same day as the situation that I had going on too as well.
Yeah.
But the energy that day was it was crazy.
Well, I so appreciate you just coming on and explaining to everyone what took place and what you actually saw. That's terrible. I hate to think that children may have seen or witnessed that, but
I feel so bad for the children because, like, oh my God, that terrified me. I'm a grown adult.
Yeah.
And for a child, that was the crap out of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all right. Well, gratitude. We will let you go, and hopefully you're enjoying the show if you're watching. So, okay. So, absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Gratitude, please. So that was that. So that happened in San Antonio, Texas. I believe she said something like Interstate 10. Something or another like that. And I just can't even imagine that happening, but it did in mid traffic yesterday. And now there's a photo of it circulating on the internet. What do you guys think about this? There's an energy. What do you think?
I mean, definitely, especially if we don't know if she hung herself or if she was done in. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? Come on, Oz.
Get up there.
Right.
I listen, the pilot, honey. I have been thinking since she's been talking about it. All I can think about is Handmaid's Tales, where they've had the people in the cities that they've taken over because of the new laws and the new agenda and things of that to be biblical. That is one of the things that they're wanting to do, and they're wanting to bring back hanging.
Yeah.
So in regards to that and them trying to put this into retrospective, why they've been pretty much what is it called? Like pre-releasing things just to kind of see if we would be able to handle all of these things and kind of put the fear in certain people that believe that the agenda is going to go forth, so on and so forth. But I feel like that this is something that they're trying to see how people are going to react. And as you stated a couple of months ago, they're pulling out cats of the bag to make sure that the Melanite community knows that there is no equality between genomes and Melanite individuals. And I think that certain things that they're doing are trying to set us off so that they can get another George Floyd movement going on and that energy be brought back again, but with the energy that's already out here, which is horrible.
Understood. Well, that's terrible. Much love and condolences to that family.
Absolutely.
I found a thread on, I got to take one of these out. I found a thread on Reddit where individuals, because it's not on the news, they're speaking about it on this thread. And they're saying that like some of them saw her walking around, but she didn't look at all like she was frazzled or she was like looking over the side of whatever is there. I don't know. They said they saw her walking. One person said they saw her climbing up, but they weren't sure what she was doing. And then there's a bunch of people that saw the aftermath, and we're talking about having their children in the car who witnessed it also, and trying to avoid their children, trying to create a distraction so their children wouldn't see her hanging from this sign. But then something else also came up with San Antonio, the hanging tree. It's a tree that's like a a site where people go to visit, where years ago, centuries ago, there were at least 35 people hung from that tree? I don't know. It's kind of interesting. And they have a location that actually has a Google address called the Hanging Tree Saloon. So, and it has hours and everything. And I don't know why they would choose that name for their business if they know the history of the hanging tree. Dine in, no takeout, no delivery. That's interesting. Wow. I'm saying.
Yeah. Very interesting to say the least.
Yes, is almost sleep. Yes, you almost out of here.
Nah, what I really am trying to do is block this light over here.
Is it blinding?
Is I don't know what's going on. If I got a sinus thing going on right now, I don't know if it's the weather or what, but the light is kind of like it's just making me a little sensitive. So that's what I got going. So I'm over here.
Okay. Well, come on, Miss Government.
All right, well, let's get into this next topic right here. Let me bring myself to the forefront. Okay, I'm gonna try to be able to see this. Please know that this is disclaimer. It says good sex can make you fall in love since our heart chakras are connected to the genitals. This is why you should not have frequent one-night stands, as meaningless sex depletes the life force and create damages in the heart chakra love center. And as you can see that. Now, I had took myself off of mute because I was going to say something. I know y'all probably thought I was going to be nasty, but I wasn't. I was just going to say the angina. Maybe that's what that is, because they said the heart, and I'm thinking the vagina and heart, the angina. I don't know, but that's the way it sounds to me in my mind. So I wanted to do a poll. Is there a such thing as too much sex? Like, should we not be having it? Should we have it? It says it depletes and makes it meaningless, affecting your heart chakra, meaning, are you going to have a harder time falling in love? Can you not find love? Like, what do you think? Come on, committee and panel.
I feel, go ahead, Carbon.
I was about to say, go ahead, Jose.
I feel like it does not deplete. I feel if you're at the same like frequency and at the same wavelength with the person, it'll just balance out the right way. But if you're like this way and this person is like this way, sexually, it's like you're depleting your own life force and your own way of elevating if you're with that person. That's what I feel. I don't think that it constitutes too much or too less. I think it's about the person that you're with and how they add to you sexually. Like, what do they bring when they bring it? Can they help you manifest more? Can they help you bring more? That's what I really think it's about. And I think that's where we lose our mind track with when we're actually laying down with people. What have I manifested? Or when I lay down with this person, what have I lost? Those are things to show you something like, oh, I got to fall back from you and work on my heart chakra and my sacral because I done lost this, and this fucking with you. Your shit ain't that good like my shit. I need somebody with some good shit like me so I can get this, and this. That's what I think.
That's what's up. I think she's referring to like, okay, I bang Jose on Monday, Chaz on Tuesday. I think it's that kind of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You kind of just banging everybody. There's no real connection. You know what I'm saying? And then think about it like this. So not only that, and then you don't know what these people got on them spiritually. You know what I'm saying? You have no idea. That's just me. Come on, Charm.
I kind of, at first I was going to say yes, I feel like it's too much, but I kind of feel like I agree with Jose, where obviously, like, you know, we have our counterparts and there's this connection that you have. So it should only balance you and, you know, add to you rather than take from you. But I do, like Carbon said, you never know what people have on them. And I feel like that goes with our partners and people who are with every day, because they have stuff going on with them that we may not be a part of. And I think that what really should be important is probably cleansing, self-cleansing in between, no matter how much you do it. Like spiritual cleansing. Like, obviously physical cleansing, but knowing and being aware of your own energy and aura as to not pass it off if you're not intentionally trying to pass it off, you know, whether it be, you know, it could be anything. We never know, you know, especially when you have a deep connection with somebody. So I think that maybe we just need to be aware of the pre-ritual of the cleansing and making sure that your spirit and your aura and all that stuff is cleansed.
Is there a crystal for that though, Charming?
Probably.
You know how they have the crystal balls you put up the eggs? You put up in
Yeah,
there?
rose quartz. You can use that and put that in your yoni.
Because I have some somewhere in storage.
Rose quartz is probably
And black
one.
obsidian to help you as well if you put it inside. It'll
But
help.
I'm probably real holy then because
Oh my
I'm probably spiritual from the inside and out because I'm not getting none. Come on, Malika.
So I did want to say, I think we spoke about this earlier when it comes to semen retention, and I'm hoping that Charming will do a Charming 101 on semen retention. And I also looked up the equivalent to that for females, and it would be withholding from orgasm. And I have spoken to men who have practiced semen retention that have even engaged in sexual encounters but have not released. Which I don't even know how they make it through that, to challenge their level of not being affected physically from not having the completion. I think that it's great to practice in a union as well, because there is nothing like knowing that whether it's an ailment or you just down for the count, that your spouse is not going to go ballistic based off of the fact that you can't run the punny for the night. And when you do take these breaks from each other in that manner, there's time for other things that you could be practicing, such as those spiritual cleansing moments, ways of building up the intensity.
Look at your husband.
Ways of building it. I'm gonna say Rose.
I told y'all that was his topic.
I'm gonna say the Rose would co-sign on that sentiment. But there is a lot of elevation that comes from that, even within a union of, you know, being okay either way. Some people, they with their partners and don't even realize that if you weren't gonna run that, they would be out and doing it somewhere else because they just have this heavy craving for it. So anyway, yes,
But
he did, Danielle.
Are we talking about masturbation?
Well, all of it, yeah, and I don't
Masturbation as
I don't
well.
think we get credit because that's what we talked about in the meeting. Women not getting the credit like men do. Women just like, oh, she ain't getting none. Like, but men, it's a beautiful thing. Oh, he's so great. He's just
He's big and strong.
big and scrapping.
He's so
You know,
spiritual. He's just so deep.
it's really beneficial for women as well because a lot of the overstimulation, the y'all clits is running away from you. And excuse my language. Sorry.
The clits.
Excuse my
The
language.
clitoris.
I want to make sure I heard her correctly. Like, say it again, Malika.
The clitoris.
They have retired, and you are not getting.
Mine haven't.
Well,
Somebody is retiring it for me. I don't want
Peter.
to. I didn't even wear panties tonight. I don't have one on. I have on a dress.
I love y'all.
We
See?
will not do this again. Every week.
No, we will not do this again.
I don't have on panties.
Not the leaning.
I'm not wearing any panties.
You wonder why you
And I
got
got on my rainbow hoe dress.
and you wonder why you got stalkers. Listen, you wonder why people blowing your phone up.
Right.
I don't have none. Tell them to call me.
Can we please
I
just get
heard her.
somebody to just blow on
Her back out.
Oh, I thought you were saying blow on it. Yeah, do that. Go ahead, Malika.
Well, good night. Let's have the conversation. Where's the rollout music?
Round table full of melanite.
Right. Don't trust no Gmail. Okay. That's funny.
No, but overstimulation.
Marcus, darling.
Overstimulation, it can have an effect on you. And if you are wondering, if you take the time to just give a pause when that next one happens, I promise you, especially if you have been studying tantric sex, tantric connections, manifesting orgasms, all of those things, when you go back to it, life-changing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Absolutely.
Malika, you speaking from experience. I
Absolutely.
see. Girl.
Absolutely.
Yes, honey, I read.
She said first-hand research, baby.
Listen, you
First-hand.
did, honey. Did you hear
Okay.
the
Before we get to
ideal?
Malika's corner of crimes, I want to play this
Oh.
really quickly, just because I love what Malika just said, and I want to give this message. I posted it, and then we're going to do Malika's corner of crimes, the Airbnb murder mystery.
Message from your favorite pirate captain, Lady Speech. Now, every once in a while and every now and again, Spirit's gonna bring somebody into your life that's fucked up. And your job isn't to help them. Your job is not to save them. Your task is not to intercede on their behalf. Your job is to sit and observe. Because Spirit brought that person in your life to show you what life looks like when you don't heal, when you don't do your work, when you don't attend to your own issues. Spirit is good for using real life examples to warn you against yourself. Everybody who's fucked up that comes into your life, it's not for them to be saved. Sometimes those types of people come into your life to provide a reflection so you can save yourself. Message.
Period.
SOS, say somebody help me. Okay, sorry. Come on, Malika. Take it away,
First
mama.
and foremost, I shade all and everything that was said. I had a moment when I saw that post, when you posted it earlier today, and gratitude for that, because validation from the conversation yesterday. I shade. Okay. So welcome to Malika's Corner of Crimes. I need to come up with a little tagline to say when we intro this. Now, Jose has brought an amazing case to the table this week. Okay. And this is about a 20-year-old by the name of Isaiah Henriquez and also Luis Alvarenga. Now, what happened is Jose went to a party. He went to an Airbnb party. This is in New York. And he left the party. He took a Lyft. Maybe I shouldn't say the actual company, but he took one of those share ride apps. Yeah, I already said it, so whatever. He took it to a reservation. He took it to an Indian reservation. They stated that he left the party to go and get. It's an area where they roll the cigarettes.
This Jose? Did you say Jose?
She meant like Jose Isaiah Zay.
Did I say?
Oh,
did I say Jose?
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
I'm like, Jose, you've been busy.
Mystery, because I'm still here.
Wait, I thought I said Jose brought it to the table, but his name was Louis.
You did. You
Isaiah
said Jose took a lift.
Oh,
Yeah, then you was like, Jose did this and Jose did that. Like,
my bad.
Okay.
My bad.
I just wanted to keep up. Go ahead.
Trial and error, guys.
Trial and error, yeah. So, okay. So Isaiah took one of them ride companies to an Indian reservation. He went to go get some smokes, the floaty kind. Can I say that on here? I don't want to get striked. He went to go and get some weed, and they have cigarettes there, but he wasn't known to smoke cigarettes. Sorry about that, cheesy. And he has gone missing since then. Now, Jose, you have brought some things to the table about this situation earlier. So if you wanted to expound, go ahead, love.
All right. So he basically had went to this Airbnb and he had went missing. But on top of him going missing, Louise had went missing just a few weeks later. This is all at a Native American preservation, which I hope we're all paying attention to. Louise's body was found, but Isaiah's body still is yet to be found. A few weeks later, another boy, Melanite, Hispanic Melanite, was found, 16 years old, lost as well at this preservation. These two bodies were found, but Isaiah is still nowhere to be found. They are saying there's no connection. They are saying there's no foul play. But a lot of people aren't speaking up on the occasion. Like the people that were at the party, they say they don't want to be filmed. They don't want to talk about it. But the strange thing about it is, do you know if the Lyft driver was involved or do you not know? They feel like Louise was probably involved, but hypothetically, they feel like the cases don't connect. But at the same token, they connect in a sense because he's missing as well from the same preservation. So they don't know if Louise is getting the back end of the stick for luring Isaiah there and then getting the, Molly Whoop Chop. And then the 16-year-old, no one really understands how that had came about. But Isaiah's body is still nowhere to be found, which leaves this, is it foul play? It's a murder mystery all the way that has everyone like, where is Isaiah? Because these two bodies are found and this is all happening at an Indian preservation. It's very mind-boggling and it's very, I guess, paranormal because, they say a lot of things happen on an Indian reservation. It's very spiritual over there. So it's kind of like you have to think of two different realms of it. When he does get there, what's going on, what's happening. And that kind of instance is very interesting. It's intriguing to actually think about. He's still not found to this day, and his mom is still fighting for him to be found and come home.
Yeah, when it comes to those reservations, for me, I've done a lot of studying on them, and it could be government, it could be a freak accident, it could be a skinwalker, it could be so many things because a lot of those things those things that go bump in the night happen on those properties. So it's no telling, to be honest with y'all. It's no telling.
90% Carbon, it is a skinwalker. It's like a Lovecraft Country kind of thing. You never know. Like, it could definitely be that. Or what else do they call them? Skinwalkers, but they call them Wendigos that are also
Right.
there as well. Like, there are many ancient beings that they tell us are legends, but they are actually on those preservations, and they try to warn you, do not go because you're not protected enough. You don't know. You don't understand the depth of what's on those preservations because their ancestors won't allow you in, and you just went anyway without acceptance. But yeah,
I thought it was
absolutely
pretty.
right.
I thought it was pretty interesting that Louis Alvarenga, that everything that I saw said that he was found, but they're not talking about his body being found. It just says that he was found. And if Jose didn't make me aware of that, I wouldn't know it based on the information here. And the mother of the other young man, Isaiah, she's been begging for the news to just talk about it. And I believe they've just given her one interview, but they're begging TikTok. Like, they're on TikTok begging to please share the information because it's not getting the attention that it deserves.
Which also leads me to believe it's got probably more to do with something snatching these people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why the news won't really touch it because they know. You know what I'm saying? It's something on that property taking people. It's the equivalent of somebody, you go to one of these islands and they say don't go in that water after dark and you do it anyway and you get snatched up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's up, Chaz? Did you gonna say something?
I was gonna say it's just giving like coke. Like when I hear reservations and the lift getting picked up, dropped off, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like their body snatching, body harvesting, like it's a big society or something they got going on, or you know what I'm saying? Like maybe this is a thing, you know.
It's all type of possibilities.
Yeah, it's wild. That's pretty much.
Absolutely.
I
Anybody else?
just realized we have 2 minutes left in the show, and tonight went freaking fast. We do have honorable mentions. We have, because we were coming up on Jose's drop off babies. Jose, what is that?
I was still on mute. That is basically, I'll go ahead and show the clip real quick. It's quick.
When a parent walks up to one of our Safe Haven baby boxes, first thing that they're going to do is open the outside door. An orange bag is going to fall out with resources for the parents. They're going to place their newborn inside, shut the door, and then they're going to walk away. From the inside, you can see babies being placed inside the medical bassinet that has a heating unit inside. It's alarm activated. first responders are notified.
I just thought that.
To one of
I just thought that was
first thing that they're gonna
interesting because I just was having Aubrey watch this TV show with me about the humans having a contract with the demons for over like thousands of years. And it's like an anime. And it's basically about them having the kids in sectors and how they're in different farms. And the humans don't know that they're food. And the children find out that they are food. And the children actually see the demons as well. You know which one I'm talking about, Carmen? Promise Neverland.
I don't even watch anime, but I watch that shit from top to bottom. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Good fuck. And they were trying the level of the child's intellect and the level of the child learning in its progression and spiritual gifts and everything. They eat that child based off of like how gifted they are, how intellectual they are. They eat the flesh and everything, but they want the brain because the brain holds the closest thing to the gift. And they conserve the body with a flower. It's like a vampiric flower. And it drains the body of blood. But once you want to regain the blood, because it's like preserving meat, you just take the flower out and you can eat the child like that. But that's what it reminds me of in that aspect of the different sectors and the different farms and how we're giving access to these people that in the human world to do these things. That's what it made me think of the Promised Neverland. It's really fucked up. I'm glad you know what I'm talking about, Carmen, because it is crazy.
What's it called?
Yeah.
What's it
The
called?
Promised Neverland.
The Promised Neverland. It's when the children find out they are farm food. They are like cattle babies. They find out that they are food to demons.
Everybody's in on it, but the kids in the orphanage.
Yes.
Everybody.
Everyone is in on it.
Can I just say really quick that I knew what Jose's story was going to be about. So when the video started and the orange thing fell out, I thought that was the baby falling out the box onto the floor, and I almost passed out. That's all I wanted to say.
Too funny.
Listen, I agree that maybe they are trying to put that out. Yeah, bring us the babies, because now who's going to know they're missing? This is the easiest trap in the fucking world. Wowzers. Because they already have it set up to where they can take them to hospitals as well as fire stations. So why do this? That's quite interesting. Well, go ahead, Aubrey.
Girl, safe place. What's the setup for human trafficking?
Yes.
Shut up.
Wow.
Listen, she kills us with that, right? I was like, that is but yeah, Aubrey, they set up a lot of this shit for human trafficking, pedophilia, all that shit allegedly, you know. The easiest way to do it. How else? What's the easiest way to do it but have somebody bring it to you because they want you to have it? I don't have
or because somebody is trying to escape from something. You know what I mean? Like, okay, sometimes when kids run away from, toxic situations with their parents and stuff like that, that's the number one thing. Their parents, they coming to look for them. So if they coming for our help, we can do whatever we want to do. But it's what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Our honorable mentions tonight, Us versus China with the focus. Genome Girl states that Asia promotes physics and science, neuro, astro, etc., while the U.S. education system is promoting transgenders. I just didn't go into that because we were already talking about it. Enough is enough. But that was one of our topics for tonight. That's an actual topic that was being discussed. AI is taking over dogs, robots in New York and using Chat GPT. The Neuralink and AI implants, that was a good one. We probably should circle that back next week. Epsom salt and what? Using Epsom salt for healing. Charmy was doing that with the chakra, the crystals. And then Malika's was shooting in Alamo, Texas, the shooting at the mall. And then, of course, the video of the gentleman saying that he was going to go unalive everybody, police, he didn't give a fuck. If he saw you, you were the fuck out of here. And he was out of here because the police happened to see that shit and went and got that motherfucker. But it's amazing when they never catch genomes because he was a Melanite. and they caught him before the act happened, that means that some of this shit they are doing purposefully. So
Absolutely. You all, it has been a wonderful show, wonderful conversation.
Allen, Texas.
Yeah. Oh, Allen, Texas. Okay. Wonderful show, wonderful conversation. Committee, we appreciate your participation with the polls and whatnot. We love you. And just like always, don't trust no G Night. Don't trust no Gino. Salute de wa.